Welcome back, guys. Just woke up, as you can tell. Having my morning Jojo. Usually have a coffee or cappuccino every morning. It just gets me up and going. Apart from that, I'll usually have my first meal, as you guys have seen in my last videos. Usually around midday, I'll break my fast, or even push it till 3 o'clock. But anyways, guys, it is a nice day. I'm gonna study for the first couple of hours, and then we'll go work out. So let's go. Right, welcome homies to Danny's first voiceover. I decided to do this just because the music was so loud. Also wanted you guys to get the full benefit of the reasons why I do certain exercises, what they target, and the reason I went about my exercise today. So I started off with air squats. As you guys could see, I usually start off with air squats during all my leg sessions, just to get the blood pumping, get a good warm up in the muscles you're supposed to be working out that day, which are my quads. This exercise was supposed to be more quad dominant. So I moved on to barbell squats. I always have an elevated heel. By doing that, I use a 5 kilo disc on the ground. By elevating your heel, it targets your quads. So from then on, I decided to do air squats in between my sets, just because my muscles were so tight. I was worried that I could potentially injure myself. So I added them in between my sets just to keep a light exercise in between them, to ensure that my legs stay warm in between my squats, my actual squats, and to keep me updated whether or not I should move further on with a heavier squat. So here you see, guys, I decided to go up an extra 10 kilos, which is not a lot. It's about 80 kilos, which is normally still some sort of warm up for me, but I was taking it slowly to just ensure I didn't injure myself. Alright guys, so I pushed out the reps for this set and decided to call it quits. I was just too worried that if I kept going up heavier, that I was going to injure myself for today. So I'd rather just be safe than sorry and call it quits for the day, and be able to come back in a couple days time and try again. So I moved on to hamstring with IDLs, Romanian deadlifts, or stiff deadlifts. Always start off with a warm-up set, just to get an indication of where you are, create that muscle to mind connection. So here with the work, with the set, with the exercise, you pull back with your hips, not your lower back. So as you go down, ensure that you're pulling back your hips. So as you can see, I wasn't feeling very confident today, so I decided to pull back to 20 kilos, keep it light, and decided just to do 10 kilos on each side. So after that set, I decided to go up another 10 kilos. So that's about 60 kilos. I don't want to go too heavy, because you got to remember that you're trying to keep that muscle to mind connection. instead of just working with the motion. If you work with the motion, you're actually not targeting the muscle you're supposed to, and therefore you're not getting the full benefit. So I kept it at 60 kilos, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not pushing out as much as I normally do. I'm just going to call it quits today and come back in a couple of days and give it my all. So I decided to move on to shoulders instead. So I started off with upright rows. Usually you see this done with barbells in the gym, but I decided to do it with dumbbells. So after that I decided to do dumbbell shoulder press, kept everything light, did 20 kilos. For each exercise I did about 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. So the next exercise I did was side laterals with dumbbells. I usually do one arm at a time. You normally see this done in the gym with both arms being performed. I prefer doing one arm because you get your elbow all the way up to where you're supposed to, and you're able to push out those reps per arm. Whereas if you do both arms, you don't normally get your elbow all the way up to where you're supposed to, and you half-ass it, not getting all those reps. So here we did about 10 to 12 reps per arm, and then, you know what, decided just to call it quits and muck around for a bit. So I stretched and I decided to try and do a muscle up, which I haven't done for a while, but it just failed. But anyways guys, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you did like it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any inquiries, any questions to do with my workouts, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.